I'm gonna talk about exactly the reason as to why women are able to manage small incomes and make massive returns out of their small incomes. Why do we men despise the small earnings and the small savings that people say, like, they say in Swahili that haba haba hujaza kibaba. Like, if you save slowly, at the end of the day, you're gonna achieve something great. Remember one thing, it's all about perception, it's all about attitude, it's all about how you view money. When you get that 10 shillings out of your pocket, do you feel a pinch? Do you relate that 10 shillings that a thousand bob is made out of tens of shillings? All right. So what you're supposed to understand is that every coin matters, no matter how small it is. If we decide to save 50 shillings at the end of the day for a whole week, that would be 350 shillings. So the moment it starts to grow, there's something called the cumulative power of money. So once you accumulate your money, or rather once you put your money aside cumulatively a certain period of time, that's the time you realize you weren't doing nothing stupid at all, right? So you find that men tend to despise that small thing. If you gather men around somewhere and tell them that, oh, you guys will be getting 50 shillings every day from each person, and save that money in a specific bank or a circle so that we can get a loan and progress ourselves, you find men are despise that thing and say that's a very small amount of money. How long will we accumulate, like 400k or something of that? So you're supposed to understand it's all about attitude, it's all about being positive out there. And remember this, you find that a woman is working somewhere and is earning maybe 450 shillings only a day. You find maybe, let's say, she uses 100 bob for what you call the commuting money or the fare and something of sort. So the lady is left with 350 shillings. So you find that she makes sure at least each and every day she saves at least 80 shillings in a bank or in a circle each and every day. Remember, if you save 80 shillings each and every day for a whole week, that is 80 times 7, that is over 560 shilling in a week. In 2 weeks, you have over 1,000. In a month, you have almost to 3,000. All right. So if you save that way for a whole period of 1 year, you have a lot of money. What I would advise people is that don't despise that small amount of money that you have. Remember one thing: if you're able to make 1,000 shilling a day, if you're able to make 500 shilling a day, if you're able to make 300 shilling a day, that is your power, right? That is your negotiating power. You can only budget within that amount of money you have, and you cannot say that I cannot be rich, I cannot invest my money, I cannot save my money just because it's small, it's little. So what you're supposed to do is to cut your expenses to a point whereby your money becomes savable. What do I mean by that point is that if you realize you're not able to survive on 500 shilling budget a day, so you're supposed to cut your expenses. If earning more money to you at the moment, it is not an option. So you cut your expenses to a point whereby you are able to live within a boundary of 400. So meaning you are left with 100 bob extra. Now that 100 bob, that's the money you save extra for a certain period of time, you achieve something. That is exactly what you're supposed to understand. So men, I would advise them is that don't despise that little amount of money you earn, or you're being called upon to save in a specific way with delayed strategies so that you can achieve what we call the financial freedom. Right? So what I would say is that women are created with this ability to achieve and to hold something. They are what we call, they are sort of they have this power of, you know wanaweza vumilia, they are persevere, they can persevere something, they can just, a woman can sit with her money with a certain long period of time and she cannot give it out. Sometimes women tend to despise, those who are married tend to despise that amount of money that she saves each and every moment. But when she does something great, that if you asked to do that specific, like right now, you cannot be able to do it. So that is what you're supposed to understand with life and with money, right? So it's all about discipline, it's all about attitude, it's all about believing in that little that you have, and progressively and cumulatively in a period of time, you'll be able to achieve that what you've been looking for. And that is exactly what makes a difference between men and women when it comes to money. Remember what I always say is that what makes people rich, or what differentiates people from person A to B, is not how much we make at the end of the day, but exactly how much we retain after using or paying our bills or consuming. That's what brings the difference between person A and person B. All right. I'm Joseph. I talk about finance. that is my major. Anything related to your money, how do you save your money? How can you save? When can you save? To where can you save? That is exactly what I talk about in this channel. If honestly you love that kind of a content, then consider this a home. Let's build a very good and wonderful community where we share things that we feel that are appropriate to our society. So how can you do that? It's a very simple thing. Just take your 2 seconds, click that red button, subscribe to my channel, be a member. Also like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, just leave it that way and comment down below. You don't have to agree with me. That's all I always say. You can suggest, object, and anything else will be helpful to you, to my channel. So see you in the next one, and see you in the next episode. Goodbye.